everybody, it's Emily here. So if you haven't already, I would like to encourage you to go back and look at the Principles of Pilates video, just so you know what to expect when we go through this video today. But today's video's focus is going to be on spinal mobility. So I hope you're ready and warmed up. You've got a water bottle nearby if you need one. We're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So the very first exercise I'm going to do today is a standing roll down. What I want you to pay attention to is the quality of your movement in your back, because what we're going to do is come back to this movement at the end of class today, just to see if anything's changed, okay? So to do this exercise, you're gonna stand up nice and tall, all right? Take a deep breath in, and then you're gonna tuck your chin to your chest, roll your shoulders forward, and go all the way down to the floor. Remembering to keep those hips nice and vertical. Once you get down to the floor, take a deep breath in again, and pull yourself back up to that starting position. Really focusing on how much movement is happening at each vertebrae in your back. We're gonna do that one more time. Take a breath in, tuck your chin to your chest, roll those shoulders forward, and try and get as much movement as you can out of each spinal segment. Nice and slow and controlled. Take a breath in at the bottom, and then exhale and pull yourself back up to standing. Remember to stand nice and tall. Great job, guys. So the next thing I want you to do is come down onto the floor on a mat. I'm going on this table just because it's available to me, but I want you to find a nice hard surface that's gonna help you stay stable through all of the exercises we're doing today. So you're going to start by lying on your back, all right? If you've watched the first video, this exercise shouldn't be new to you. It's called the pelvic clock. So just to review, let's find that triangle for your hands. Fingers together and thumbs together, and that meaty part of your thumb comes to the pelvis, the bones in the front of the pelvis. And then pretending like you have a clock laying right on top of that hand placement and a marble sitting right on top of that, I want you to take a breath in to prepare. And then as you exhale, I want you to roll that marble towards your nose and flatten your back in towards the table. Inhale, and then roll that marble towards your toes. Exhale, flatten your back. Inhale, marble towards the toes. And you can always put your hands towards your side if you'd like to. Exhale, marble towards the nose. Inhale, marble towards the toes. We're gonna do 2 more of those. When you inhale, try not to let your rib cage flare, so keep your ribs nice and tight so that all of the motion is coming from your pelvis. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And then from here, I want you to find your neutral. Again, when your fingers are placed and your hands are placed on top of your pelvis, it's when your fingers and your thumbs are in a flat position. They aren't like this, and they aren't like that, okay? So the next exercise is called a bridge, and we're going to use that pelvic clock to help us move into it. When you're at the top of your bridge, I want you to keep your eyes up towards the ceiling so you don't hurt your neck, all right? So what you're going to do is you're going to inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, you're gonna tuck your pelvis towards that 12 o'clock position, and then continue the motion and slowly peel yourself up off the table. Inhale at the top, and then send your rib cage down first, delaying the amount of time it takes for your hips to come all the way down, and come back to that neutral. Again, when you're all the way at the top of your bridge, keep your vision up towards the ceiling. Don't turn your head side to side. That's gonna hurt your neck. We're gonna do 3 more of those bridges, okay? Inhale to prepare. Exhale, tuck that pelvis towards the ceiling, peel up, kind of like the worm. Inhale at the top. Exhale, send your rib cage down first. And then come back to that neutral position. That's 2, we've got 2 more. Inhale, tuck to prepare. Exhale, tuck your pelvis and peel up. Inhale at the top. Exhale to reverse that motion. And then this is the last one of this version of the bridge. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, tuck the pelvis. Peel off the table. Come as high as you can without your shoulders doing this. Inhale at the top. And then exhale to articulate all the way down. There's that spinal articulation from the first video. Okay, so now we're going to continue to do the bridge, but we're going to change the way you come back down to the table. So you're going to inhale to prepare just like you did before. Exhale just like you did before and peel up to that bridge. But once you get here, I want you to imagine like your bottom is sitting on top of a skateboard, and you're going to shift your hips to the right, shift your hips to the left, come back to the center, and come down one little chunk of the vertebrae. Same thing. Shift your hips to the right, shift your hips to the left, come back to center, roll down one or two more vertebrae. Or do two more of those. To the right, to the left, back to the center, roll down, to the right, to the left, come back to center, come all the way down. Woo! That's a good bottom burner. Did anybody else feel that? Because I sure did. We're gonna do that one more time. You think you can handle it? All right, let's see what we got. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, tuck your pelvis and peel all the way up. From here, put that bottom on that skateboard and slide to the right, slide to the left like the cha-cha slide. Come on back to the center and roll down. Once to the right, once to the left, come back to the center, roll down. We'll make this our last one. Go to the side, to the other side, come back to center and roll all the way down. Woo! Hug those knees to your chest if you need a little bit of stretch, okay? All right, next thing I want you to do is I want you to come to your side. All right, bottom hand is going to go underneath your head. Top hand is gonna start on your hips. From here, you're gonna pull your knees up so that your your shins are parallel to the front of your mat, okay? From here, you're gonna take your top hand and reach it straight forward. What I want you to do is open it up towards the ceiling. This book is called an open book. You're going to pretend like your spine is the spine of a book that you're opening. Your arms are the pages. And from here, you're going to reach that hand up towards the ceiling and rotate open towards the back. Take a breath there. Inhale while you're there, and then exhale and come close. It's really important that you keep your hips stacked for this one so you're not feeling this in your low back. The place that you should be feeling this is your upper back between your shoulder blades, okay? Let's do that 3 more times. Reach forward, open up. Again, your head should go along for the ride or you're not going to get all of the rotation you need. Breathe in and rotate close. And even I left my hips go on that one, so let's try it again. Inhale up towards the ceiling. Exhale and open all the rest of the way. Take another breath here. And you can hang out here for a little if you'd like. Inhale in. Exhale, come close. We're gonna do one more. Inhale, open towards the ceiling. All the way. Keep your shoulder and your hand in alignment. Exhale, come all the way closed. And now we're gonna switch sides. Ladies, fix your hair. Happens all the time. All right? So we're gonna flip over to that other side. Again, you don't have to put your bottom hand under your head. If you have a pillow or a yoga block, you can use that too. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just gonna use my hand so it doesn't get in the way, okay? All right, so shins are parallel to the front of your yoga mat. Top hand reaches forward, reaching up towards the ceiling. Nice big stretch, oh goodness. And then exhale and come all the way closed. We did 4 on the other side, so we're gonna do 4 on this side. Inhale, open to the ceiling. Exhale out. Take another breath in. And then exhale to close. Use each breath to try and gain a little bit more rotation each time. You might feel that you're a little stiff, and that's perfectly fine. Inhale up towards the ceiling. Exhale out once you get where you're going. Inhale again. Exhale, closed. Last time. Reach up towards the ceiling. Breathe out while you're there. You might find this gives you a little bit more rotation. Inhale again, and then exhale, close. So just another note about the breathing. If you find that that gets in the way of your movement, try not to focus on it too much. Yes, I know it is a big principle of what we're doing, but sometimes it kind of gets in the way and it defeats the purpose of the whole exercise. So use your judgment, try and use the cues that I'm giving you, but if you feel like it's not helping, try reversing it, okay? All right, next exercise is called the Swan Prep, and it's going to work on your upper back from right above your shoulder blades just to the mid back here to try and get what we call extension or going backwards. So you're going to come to the floor. All right, if you have a towel, you can put that underneath your forehead if you like. I'm going to hover my head just a little bit so it's easier for you guys to hear me, okay? Hands come underneath your shoulders and your elbows point up towards the ceiling. From here, the first thing I want you to do is pretend like you're pushing down into the table and then at the same time pulling yourself backwards. See how my whole body kind of wiggles when I do that? That's the force that I want you to have when you're doing this exercise. Hands press down, elbows pull straight back towards your feet, and then I want you to pretend like you're rolling a marble away with your nose and lifting straight up towards the ceiling. You should feel this between your shoulder blades. Exhale and roll back down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll back down. Now, you should not be feeling this in your low back down here. If you are, don't go quite as high, or you can even find a small pillow and place it underneath your hips to keep you out of that position. The other thing that you can try doing is that pelvic clock position. Think about placing your pelvis into the 12 o'clock position. That will pull it out of your low back. Let's do 2 more of those exercises. Inhale to prepare. Exhale and pull yourself up. Roll that marble away with your nose. Inhale at the top. And exhale and roll down. Last one. Inhale to prepare. Exhale and roll that marble away. Peel up. Inhale at the top. And then exhale and roll down. Good job. You might feel that that's a little stiff, and that's okay. The way we live these days, we're always on our cell phones texting or on our computers, and we all have really poor posture just in general. So these types of exercises will be great for you to do after you've been working on your schoolwork or your homework, okay? Next exercise is a quadruped head exercise. Just to review, perfect position or an optimal position for a quadruped head exercise is that your wrist falls right underneath your shoulder and your knees fall underneath your hips. If you have a mirror at home, this might be a good exercise to do in front of a mirror to make sure that you're in that position. The other thing I want you to focus on is your back. I don't want you overarched, and I don't want you right here for this particular movement. I will have you do that in a little bit, but we'll talk through that together, okay? So right here, hands are under my shoulders, knees are under my hips, they're slightly hip width apart. And I want you to pull your chin up as if someone were pulling a string that was attached to the back of your head, right here, okay? This is great position for your spine. Now, we're going to add some spinal movement to it to increase the mobility. I'm sure you've all heard of cat camels before, but if you haven't, now's a great time to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to inhale to prepare. And then as you exhale, you're going to drop your head down towards the floor and your tailbone as well, and arch your back like an angry cat. And then as you inhale, your head and your bottom are gonna come up towards the ceiling, kind of like the humps on the back of a camel. Exhale. Angry cat. Inhale. Camel. Let's do 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. Inhale. Great job, guys. Moving on, we're going to come to a mermaid position. Now, to do this, we're going to come to a Z-sit. 1 leg comes in the front and 1 leg comes to the side. Ideally, I want both of your butt bones sitting on the table. If you can't do that, what I'd like you to do is take a towel or a yoga block and place it underneath the leg or the side where the leg is in front. That will help encourage rotation in your hips, all right? So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to do an exercise called the Mermaid. So you're gonna take your hand, that's the same side as the leg in the front, and put it on your side. The other hand is going to come out to the side here, and you're going to pretend like you've given yourself a kickstand, like you did when you were little riding on a tricycle. And then as you inhale, I want you to reach up and over, pushing into that kickstand to encourage what we call side bending or arching your back to the side. It should kind of look like the letter C, okay? And then you can come back up. Let's do 2 more. Up and over, really trying to encourage that side C here. And remember, try and keep that spine nice and stacked. Sometimes I fall out of it, so I have to remind myself. And come back up. And then let's do 1 more. Remember, try and keep that butt bone on the table this whole time. Fantastic. So we're going to vary that exercise just a little bit to encourage more rotation in your spine. So this exercise starts the exact same way. 1 arm out to the side, other hand on the mat, reaching up and over. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this hand and slide it straight out to the side to give you a little bit of space. And then you're going to take the top arm, and your bottom can lift for this, and you're going to thread the needle or reach through and encourage rotation of your spine. And then you're going to come right back to that side bent position of the mermaid. Let's do that 2 more times. Thread the needle, reaching towards the opposite wall. Come back up. Last one. Rotate through. Good job. Unrotate first, and then come back up to a sitting tall position. Let's switch sides. So this side's my tighter side, so I have to work really hard to keep my hips down. Everybody's a little asymmetrical, so it's okay if it's easier on one side than the other, all right? So again, the side where the leg's in front, that hand comes onto the table for your kickstand. The other one goes straight out to the side. Breathe in. As you reach over, encouraging that nice side bend position. And then come back up. Reaching over again. And you should feel a nice stretch on the side where the arm's overhead, but you will also feel some movement in your spine. Come back up. And this is the 3rd one that we're doing with just the mermaid. Great job, everybody. Come on up, take a little bit of a break. Now we're going to add that rotation thread the needle component, okay? Hand starts out to the side, reach up and over. Hand comes out to the side. And then thread that needle. Your bottom may lift, remember? But then as you rotate back, try and put the bottom back where it was. Thread the needle. Inhale, open. Last thread the needle. Exhale as you thread the needle. Inhale, open. And come back up. Beautiful. All right, so just like I said at the beginning of class, we're coming back to that standing roll down. I want you to check in and see how your movement has changed. If it hasn't, not a problem, but you might notice that you move a little bit easier or that your hands get closer to the floor. So let's check that out. Remember, standing nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tuck that chin to the chest, roll those shoulders forward and roll all the way down. My hands got a little closer to the floor. How about yours? Take a breath in. And then exhale and roll yourself back up towards the ceiling. We're gonna do that one more time. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, roll the shoulders forward, hands come all the way down to the floor. Might also feel a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Inhale. Exhale, pull all the way up. And that's it. How's everybody feeling? Hopefully you got a little bit more mobility in your back after today's class. Stick around, we have some other classes coming up, more for some core stability and maybe for some leg strength. I hope you all enjoyed today's class and I can't wait to see you again. Have a great day.